Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failer. In the last video in this save file, we got our unique color teal Kuruma over here to our garage on Staunton Island. We let this Kuruma get out its inner boat and we drove it over here in a reefer. That was pretty cool. And this video is all about the possibility of importing and exporting some required vehicles that I didn't think were possible at this early stage. And I don't want to get your hopes up, because at this point in recording the footage, I still didn't know if one or both of these would be possible. But earlier today, I found leads on not one but two import-export vehicles that we were missing. So I'll remind you of the import-export vehicles we're missing on the third island. Shoreside Vale, there's one vehicle that we can't get yet, the BF injection, and I think that it doesn't appear until after a particular mission is complete, a story mission. And since we haven't done any story missions other than that intro mission, it's just not physically available. Doesn't spawn anywhere, doesn't show up anywhere. It's not in the wild. And then there were three vehicles we're missing in the emergency crane import-export list. So one of them is this one, the Barracks OL, and then the other ones are the FBI car and the Rhino, which is the tank. And so I got a lead on two of these four vehicles, and we're going to start with this Barracks OL. So first, shout out to somebody on the GTA forum who pointed me to a YouTube video about the technique that I'm going to try to show you here in this footage. So the forum user's username is GTA1fan, and the word one is spelled out O-N-E. GTA1 fan, so thank you for the video. And then the video is from FNXREC, R-A-K, FNXRAK, no spaces. And so in this video, the YouTuber just kind of backed up the Barracks OL here. And all I'm doing is like pushing the back button. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. The video didn't have any commentary or audio or anything. It was just in-game audio and no description. So I was just watching somebody play the game and trying to figure out what were the secrets that made this thing tick. Now, their video didn't look like anything like this video. Like, I am trying to glitch my Barracks OL through the ground here, but to have it up at like this 45-degree angle, and then there's some flames, that's probably not great. Okay, so 0 for 1. You can keep score at home if you'd like. And I'm just going to jump ahead. I reloaded my save state and grabbed the Barracks OL and drove it over here just like you saw me do before. And again, I don't really have any method to the madness. I'm just kind of backing up into this corner, and this is all right. I'm upside down, but we're kind of rolling. We're near the blue hell. I don't know what's happening here. Like, I'm looking at the map trying to figure out. Okay, so like I'm on the tunnel that connects Portland Island and Staunton Island. That's where we are right now. So first I had to figure out which way do I want to go to get back to Staunton Island, and I figured out it was east, and then I ran into an invisible barrier, and I fell into blue hell and got deposited right here into the tunnel. And I was like, is there any chance it deposited me on the other side of the blue wall and I'm really not in the tunnel, but I'm really outside on Portland? But no, I wasn't close to that area on the map, so it deposited me, I think, essentially just like right where I was in terms of the tunnel. Okay, so again, backing up with no clue what I'm doing. Like, should I just back up straight or should I be turning the wheels left or right? I don't know. Okay, trying to get oriented. Okay, so we're heading east. And now, again, there's this invisible barrier sticking up. Maybe this is where, I don't know what this is. Like, is this the future blue wall that's going to come when we unlock Staunton, but it's going to prevent us from driving in the tunnel to Shoreside? I don't know what this is. But there's just enough room on the left-hand side to get past it, also on the right-hand side. And in my first failed attempt, where I was down here and falling off the left-hand side, it's just because I was a little bit too far left. And so I avoided, like, I went around the invisible wall, but I fell off of the tunnel and into blue hell. Okay, so then up ahead, you'll actually see the blue barrier. Like, that's the blue wall that's preventing us from getting to Portland. Okay, so there's another invisible thing here. So this time we're going to go to the right. You go right or left, doesn't matter. But I'm just trying to stay on. Trying to stay on the tunnel and not fall into blue hell. Okay, so then in the video, like, the person just drove off to the right here and landed in Portland, like on Portland Island. And I landed in the tunnel. And again, I see the blue wall and I'm thinking this isn't great, but let me get out and assess the situation. I'm going to be calm and rational and approach this problem holistically. Okay, I got it. Rocket launcher. always gives me a different problem. Whenever I have a problem and I use a rocket launcher, I end up with a different problem. Okay, so then I did the thing again, and this time I watched the video a little bit more carefully. This part I'm just kind of fast forwarding it. This is double speed. You don't need to see me slowly flip my car. Um, but I watched the video again in at the very end, like right before the YouTuber was at that blue wall, and I realized that they did something that I neglected to do. I did not do. So I learned from my mistake. And we fall and we hope to land on the tunnel. This is like, I don't understand how this thing always lands on its wheels. It's awesome. Okay, so here I'm totally misoriented trying to figure out which way is east. Just looking at that mini map. Okay, yeah, okay, so south and then all right, so east is this way. Okay, so now we're going to avoid this first wall by going left, but not too far left so that we fall off the top of the tunnel. And then we're going to head to the right and try to avoid, this is in double speed, and try to avoid the second wall by going in there, right? So we're in the second wall, I'm just jigging it a little bit to the right to get just past the wall. There we go, but not fall off. Okay, now the thing is, you need to drive forward and off to the right with some pace, because when you fall into blue hell, you need to be past the wall with your truck. I don't know if that makes sense. Like if, wherever you fall into blue hell, they just like deposit you like right back there, essentially the same position, but in the tunnel. So I needed to drive forward, give myself a bunch of forward velocity so that as I was falling, I was still moving forward with all my forward velocity, and I had enough time as I was falling to move forward beyond where that blue wall is, like beyond the extension of that blue wall. I hope that's clear. I just had to try to drive past the blue wall, get past the blue wall while I was falling into blue hell. And we did. And here we are on Portland Island with an import-export vehicle I didn't think I'd be able to get until I officially unlocked Staunton. Okay, just for kicks, I wanted to see if they would touch anything this hot, and the answer is no. So general rule of thumb, the pay and spray doesn't take police vehicles or army vehicles, military vehicles, but there are exceptions, and we'll see an exception in this game much later. And here we are just in double speed heading back to the emergency import-export crane. And I'll point out from the video we did a couple of videos back where we looked at the percentage in-game completion percentage. So even though depositing this Barracks OL gives me an objective, what's it called, point, like a target point, objective point, one of those 154 things you need in order to get 100% in the game. You don't get any of the points, you don't get them added to your percentage on the emergency crane list until you get all 7. So I've got another point owed to me now. I already had 4 vehicles deposited from that emergency crane, so now that's my 5th one out of 7, but I have not been given credit for those 5 objective points in terms of the in-game percentage tracker. That won't happen until I get the last 2 vehicles, which are the FBR car and the Rhino. Okay, so that went so well. And again, when I started recording, I had no idea whether or not this was going to be something I could do. But I was feeling confident now that I could maybe make some progress on the second lead that I got today, also about an import-export vehicle that I didn't think I could get at this early stage. And I still don't know if I can get it at this early stage, but we're going to try here in this attempt. Okay, so the Line Runner is an import-export vehicle. It goes into the garage right next to the crane, and it's trivial to get, and we got it many videos ago, so that is not the vehicle. But the reason we need this vehicle for this technique is because this vehicle is pretty darn tall. And we're going to try to take advantage of some collision detection issues that GTA 3 is going to have when I use this very tall vehicle to rub into a building. Okay, so I think I'm gonna pause the game here while I go and look at YouTube to like find the clip that I watched, and I couldn't find it. I literally I watched it today, and I went on YouTube, looked at my history, I did some searching in my history, did some just general YouTube searching, couldn't find it. Early BF injection, I don't know where this thing was. I should have made a note, like a bookmark or something. But off of my memory, I'm doing what I thought I saw the YouTuber that I can't find do, and this taxi doesn't matter what vehicle that is. It just needs to allow you to jump up onto the Line Runner. And what we're going to try to do is glitch into this building. And I got to get underneath here. So I'm kind of moving to the right. Like I got to be on the like on the line runner, but very close to the building, like to the garage here to my right, so that I can get underneath this, get my head into this kind of roof thing here. And my memory of watching this video that I can't find is that the person just kind of like flipped around and jumped around and fell around, just kind of like I'm doing here. Um, but was stuck for a while and then eventually somehow ended up on top of the kind of orangish thing that is cutting through my torso right now. And so like I ran in each direction. I tried jumping, I tried walking backwards or walking forwards, and I couldn't. I couldn't. I felt like I was so close to like popping out of this wall, which is the goal. But actually, the goal isn't to pop out. The goal is to pop up. And so I said, okay, I know the solution. It's rocket launcher. So I'm gonna blast myself to bits. I think I lost 165 hit points there. The good news is I freed myself from that wall. The bad news is I fell into blue hell, and then it deposited me into some reasonable spot, and there's a blown up line runner over there. And we're gonna try this again. So off video, I got another line runner and another taxi. Don't ask me about this dead cab driver here to my left. He was like that when I got here. And we're gonna try exactly the same thing, but this time maybe less rocket launchers, like probably some rocket launchers, but a little less. Okay, so here we are sticking up. Now I remembered that I don't want to like fall into blue hell. I just want to go up. I want to pop up, and somehow I did. And so then I didn't know if I could just walk off here, but I jumped just to try to land on solid ground. And gang, I'm in an interior. This is awesome. I've never done this before. Like I've used the car with no hit detection to get into like an interior here or there, but like I've never like just been walking around in an interior I'm not supposed to get to. It's awesome. Okay, so just kind of looking around, I know this in front of me here, this wall has no hit detection, and now we're inside of Joey's garage. It's a place that we're going to see in some cutscenes coming up. I tried walking up this thing to discover it has no hit detection, which is not surprising. Why would the game designers give anything in here hit detection? You're not supposed to be able to be in here. It's just for show, and it only shows up when you're in one of these cutscenes for a Joey mission. Okay, so I'm just looking at all this stuff. So we got these cool stacks of tires and then these little ramp things that cars go on top of, and I can walk through all of them, no problem. I don't know what this thing is on top of me, like right above me here, this thing hanging down. Then there's this little room. I probably shouldn't have walked in here so cavalierly because it could have been blue hell, but it turns out it's just a solid wall and then a door, and we just walk through everything. Everything is my door. Okay, so then there's like this burnt out car, and there's a blue car, and then we got like a bunch of tools. Some of these wrenches are comically oversized. And again, you can just walk into anything except for the exterior walls of the building. Those are real walls. So everything inside here you can walk through, but I think I'm going to try to walk through this garage, the blue garage door in front of me, just to demonstrate that it is solid. So here I am trying to run through it. So you can run through everything in here, but not the walls, the exterior walls. Okay, so just some more car stuff. I don't know what this that thing, the plug is for, but we got more wrenches and more storage, and then boxes. 1 out of 10. Although these boxes, I guess, if they were in the Bribestar alley, you couldn't crash into them, so they couldn't wreck you. So those are 10 out of 10 boxes, actually. Okay, can't get up there on top of the thing because the stairs have no hit detection. I tried to get my camera right to look at what was on the screen here, and I think you could actually read it. So have a look at that on the old computer screen. And then this blue thing is what we came for. This is a BF injection, but as soon as I saw that I was able to walk through it, I said, this is not going to work. So I tried pushing F when I was nearby, knowing it wasn't going to do anything. Here, I'm just going to put myself into blue hell so it'll teleport me outside. So I knew it wasn't going to work as soon as I saw it had no hit detection. I don't know what the video is that I watched, but I cannot get the BF injection that's sitting in there. It's just a picture. It's not usable in any way. So 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.